What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crown by Kenzie. Of course, already know, or you should know at this point. I'm Mackenzie, your host. First off, I want to start by saying thank you, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me and sticking around. Listen, this channel is still very brand new. I'm still trying to get used to some of the techie things as I am not a tech savvy person. So every day I'm trying new things and I'm trying new tools to make my channel better, not only for me, but for you guys as well. But again, I want to thank you all so much. Thank you so much. All right. If you in the live chat, come on, y'all. This is my first time being live. So come on, show some love. Let me know you here. Let me know you watching. I'm here. Come on, y'all. Now, keep in mind, this is a live stream. So don't hold me to it. I'm not a professional at this. So y'all, come on now. Who's in there? Live stream. Come on, holler at me. Let me know you're here. All right. For those of you that are here, let's go ahead and get into it. Why wait, right? Y'all waited long enough. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Before we go any further, let me put this up here just so I won't forget. I ain't got time for the problems. There you go. All right. So first story I want to get into. This one is crazy, but I tell you what, y'all better be safe out here in these streets. I'm telling you, you better be very safe. Not safe as in your life safe, but maybe it is in your life safe. Take a look. We'll talk about it. All right, y'all. So it seems I've been seeing this story all day long. I've seen it on several social media sites, but it says hackers claim to have stolen more than 2 billion records containing sensitive information, including social security numbers, with some data reportedly leaked online. Due to the hackers' claims, U.S. citizens are being asked to take extra precautions to keep their information secure. That includes freezing your credit file. Mine already frozen, been frozen, long time ago. Ain't got time for them games. I used to live in Atlanta. I know what time it is. Using two-factor authentication and strong password, as well as your basic common sense. Everybody in this video, I hope y'all have basic common sense, but if you don't, you gotta go somewhere and find it. Because I'm telling you, this is no joke. Be careful, and this is for my elderly people. Be careful not to click on text messages, links, or emails from unfamiliar sources. So what that means for my elderly people, and I ain't trying to call y'all out, but I know y'all ain't that tech savvy. But what that means is when you get those suspicious emails and links, and I know I've gotten them, telling you that you have a UPS package or US Postal Service package, and we need for you to click the link to verify it's you, don't do it. UPS is not sending you those kind of messages. I think I even got one from, where was it from? I know I've got one from the IRS. Or the IRS. And I got one the other day, and it was so weird to me, but I know, and I didn't quickly figure out because I didn't click on the link, but I know they are not sending emails out to contact you. They're gonna send a letter to your house, and they're gonna call you. So at the end of the day, y'all don't fall for those links, okay? Be safe out there. I don't know who this is, but if y'all really pay attention, there's been a lot of hacks going on lately. Starting with that government hack that happened not too long ago, where all the government system, airlines, flights were landed. It was just catastrophic. Catastrophic. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. Catastrophic. But it was horrible. So y'all pay attention because these hackers are really hacking into these systems and obtaining a lot of data regarding the U.S. citizens. So y'all be careful with y'all socials. And if you ain't got to worry about them, you got to worry about some old stunt queens out of. Hmm. You got to worry about some old stunt queens out there that's gonna get you too. So now you got to worry about the hackers and the stunt queens. Y'all be safe out there with your socials. Freeze your credit report. Come on now, I'm telling you. Anywho, moving right along, guys. Moving right along. Hold on, y'all. Still gotta get used to it now. Moving right along. And again, if you're in the chat, make sure you say hello. I don't bite. Make sure you say hello. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. Come on, y'all. We got to keep my page going. We got to let the YouTube streets know I'm here. Mackenzie is here in the building. Okay? Let's let these YouTube streets know what time it is. Come on, y'all. All right, guys. Let's move on to our next story. I know what some of y'all came here for. And we gonna get right on to it, okay? We gonna get to it. Because I know some of y'all came here for it, especially when y'all click on that thumbnail. Y'all know what y'all came here for. So you know what? Like to hear it, here it go. Wait a minute. 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 Okay, hold on now. See, y'all, this computer trying to embarrass me on my first live. My first live, the people out here trying to embarrass me. Y'all see what time it is? Mm, mm. First live, y'all. First live, first live, first live. But we gonna get it on track. Don't worry. Listen, I'm a perfectionist at this. I won't stop until I get it right. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm on it. God said go, so I'm going. So y'all, listen, just bear with me. We're gonna get this all right. We're gonna get it right. All right, y'all. It's officially over. Tina knows ordered to pay. I guess we can say now ex-husband Richard Lawson 300,000 in divorce settlement. Thank God Beyonce her daughter. According to our friends over at Neighborhood Talk, it's officially over for Tina Knowles and her estranged husband Richard Lawson. According to In Touch Weekly, the ex-couple has come to a settlement that satisfies both in the court docs. The parties claim they want to split due to irreconcilable differences that have arisen between the parties, which have led to ooh, hold on, irremediable breakdown of the marriage. Sorry, y'all. Irremediable breakdown of the marriage, ooh, making it impossible for the parties to live together as husband and wife. Tina will reportedly have to pay Richard a one-time payment of 300K. Thank God it's one time. It's not in a monthly thing. You know, that's a good thing. Neither will have to pay spousal support. Tina was awarded a 2018 Tesla. She probably gonna sell that. A 2020 Bentley, that too. The matriarch book deal with Penguin Random House, a 1% interest in Kirby Beauty Management LLC furniture, and artwork in her possession, and all creative works, ideas, drafts, and other materials generated by Tina during the marriage. She also has to cover all credit card debits she accumulated during the marriage. Tina also gets to keep her LA property and her belongings inside the home. Richard was awarded a 2021 Cadillac Escalade, several bank account, several bank and retirement accounts, all money owed to Richard Lawson Studios, any royalties earned, and all creative works he came up with during the union. He also had to pay for everything regarding the Cadillac. The divorce settlement also mentions or grandchildren. Let's stop there. Who's speaking negatively about who, and who worried about who gonna speak negatively about the other? Hmm. Y'all see where I'm going with this? I think y'all do. But anywho, and if someone speaks, who has the most to lose? Because I don't think the people checking for Mr. Richard like that. I don't know unless listen, unless I haven't been following this story and y'all know something that I don't know. I don't think the people been checking for him like that. So I think something tells me that somebody else, Beyonce knows, Carter, somebody else scared what's gonna come out. They don't want it being leaked to the press. But that's neither here nor there. It ain't my business, but it is. So Richard, listen, Mr. Lawson probably somewhere. He don't packed up that Cadillac Escalade, left out that LA mansion, put them $300,000 in the bank, and he out. Don't be surprised y'all see him on TMZ partying it up, saying it was a success for me. Listen, 300,000, but y'all at the end of the day, y'all know. Come on now, well, y'all know that's Beyonce's mama. That was a drop in the bucket. 300,000. $300. $300. She ain't worried about that. Y'all know that. I wouldn't be. If I had what did Jay-Z and Beyonce have $1 billion worth or something? Now you know, don't be confused. When it comes to celebrity net worth, that is just not liquid. That's also includes property, businesses, liquid assets. That's property, businesses, different things of that nature. So when you hear $1 billion, don't go crazy and think it's all liquid assets because it's not. Okay, but still, $300,000 a drop in the bucket. And I'm sure Miss Tina got it herself. Trust me, I'm sure she got it herself. Moving right along. Good luck to both of them. Good luck. I'm sure divorce is not easy. I don't want to go through it. I just rather not, and I don't wish that on my friends. Marriage is easy to get into and sometimes very, very hard to get out of. But for the most part, it seems like these two, even though we don't know what happened behind the scenes, seems like these two ended on a pretty good note. So that's good. Congratulations to them. All right, y'all. Speaking of the number 300, but take off a few zeros. We're gonna get this our next story. Make sure y'all watch carefully, okay? And pay attention. Hold on. Here we go. All right, y'all. That's scary. That's very scary. And it ain't no but. I hate to say but because that seems like I'm about to go against it. And I'm not. That's very, very scary. I couldn't even imagine. But thank God they had a ring camera and he caught the guys. Thank God. But $3,000, those were some hard criminals. criminals, okay? They were very hard. $3,000. Let me go back to make sure I saw this right. Make sure let me just go back to make sure I saw this right. Because $3,000. Come on. They know that does not make any sense. That does not make any sense whatsoever. But again, that's one of those things where I'm saying y'all be careful out here in these streets. Cause see, a lot of people ain't got ish to lose. They don't have nothing to lose. They don't care who they hurt, who they harm for the smallest, pettiest thing. $3,000? Come on now, that's crazy. That is crazy. You can go get a job and make $3,000. You can make that in a week. You can make that in a 2 weeks, depending on what kind of education you got. But if you got time to steal and you got time to rob people, that means you got some time on your hand, so you can go out there and get a job. Get two, get three. You can make that in a week or two. $3,000. People, listen. It ain't that serious, y'all. It just ain't that serious, y'all. Come on now. Come on. The people gotta know it ain't that serious. $3,000. That makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, but thank God the couple was okay. They sustained minor injuries. The wife was shot in the calf one time. The husband was shot twice, but he's still gonna make it. Thank God for that. Praise the Lord. He's still gonna make it. But y'all, I'm telling you, these people are crazy out here. They don't have nothing to lose. So y'all be careful out in these streets. Make sure you watch your surroundings. I'm telling you, with me these days, for a while now, since I used to be oblivious to a lot of things going on around me a few years back. I'd say pre-pandemic. Because even though people were crazy, it didn't seem like they got that crazy. But post-pandemic, it seems like people are a whole lot crazier now. And I'm telling you, when I'm out, I'm looking. I'm always surveying the room. I'm always looking. I'm waiting for one false move and I'm out of there. I'm just not playing those games with people. 'Cause these people are crazy, y'all. I'm telling y'all, these people are crazy. But again, praise the Lord, they are okay. All right, y'all. Let's move on to our next story here. We're gonna go ahead and go through this. Now, y'all remember yesterday or the day before, I was telling you guys about the story of Miss Vera Liddell. Y'all remember I was telling y'all about that. The lady that she was sentenced to 9 years for stealing $1.5 million worth of chicken wings from the Illinois school system. Y'all remember I told y'all about that? She was sentenced to 9 years. Y'all remember? If you don't, refer back to the previous video. You'll see it. Anywho, Kansas. Hold on. Let me share my screen with y'all. Hold on one second. Let me share my screen with y'all so y'all can see it too. All right. Kansas City Chiefs star Chris Jones offers to pay the $1.5 million worth of stolen chicken wings that landed food service director 9 years in prison. All right. According to the Shade Room, Chris Jones is offered to pay for the $1.5 million worth of stolen chicken wings that caused an Illinois cafeteria worker to be sentenced to prison. After seeing the story on social media, Jones tweeted that he's willing to pay back the money to free former food director Vera Liddell from prison. Though she was recently sentenced to 9 years in prison, it is not immediately clear if Liddell is currently incarcerated. I hope not. As we previously reported, Liddell was charged with theft and operating, well, as they previously reported, Liddell was charged with theft and operating a criminal enterprise, buzzword, for allegedly ordering chicken wings through the school's district food supplier and keeping them for herself. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Now, the other day, it was Ha ha. Not ha ha at her, but the situation was, a little jokey jokey. It was a little funny. But at the end of the day, I have questions. I have more questions. What was the money? What was the chicken wings being used for? Now, if she was out there just selling, trying to get a side hustle, then Miss Liddell, I don't feel sorry for you, okay? I don't feel sorry for you whatsoever. Okay, because you need a side hustle, go out there and get another job. Now, I understand that she's a woman of a particular age, so I get it. But that's still not the right way to go. I don't care what age you is. Stealing is never right. We don't condone that. We do not condone stealing over here, Crime by Kenzie, okay? We don't condone it. However, if she was stealing it and she was feeding, allegedly, taking it and feeding the community and feeding her family and feeding people who need it out there, even though stealing is still not right, because I feel like there could have been another way that she maybe could have went about that. Even though we know people in the world today, they're just not that giving. But I get it. If she took it to help people and help her community, then go ahead, Kansas City guy, Chiefs guy, go ahead and help that woman out, and y'all let her out. Because there's a lot of more things I could say, and a lot more people in this world that have been charged with more serious felonies than the 1.5 million of chicken wings. She didn't rob a bank. And I think I saw on one of these shows, in which I am going to start reviewing those, so y'all pay attention. Love After Lockup. I'm gonna start reviewing that show. So y'all keep a close eye and ear on when I go live or when I post a video, because I am gonna start posting that. That's one of the shows I get into. But let me not get off topic. I feel bad. I feel bad for her genuinely. I was not laughing at her, but it was just, a little funny. Ha ha. Funny, you get it? But um I feel really bad for this lady. And I hope he does come through with his word and this ain't no publicity stunt. And I hope if he's willing to give it back, I hope they forgive that lady and let her out of jail. And hopefully she's not already incarcerated, but just let her pay the money back, let him pay the money back, and let this little old lady go on by her way, y'all. She old. She ain't got time to be going to prison, okay? And she does not have she come on, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all, let's send some prayers up for Miss Liddell and hope that she did it for all the right reason and not for personal gain. All right, y'all. Moving on to the next story, y'all. We're going to get through these pretty quick. Speaking of court, I know y'all saw this story because I've been seeing it all day long. Speaking of court, let me share my screen with y'all. Hold on. Mhm. Did y'all see the story about the judge that, hold on, y'all see it right here, placed the teenage girl in handcuffs in a jail uniform for falling asleep during a field trip? And she was on a field trip with her job. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Wrong story. Going back, y'all. Hold on. All right, y'all pay attention. Oh, hold on. Computer always trying to embarrass me. All right. Very unacceptable. Who? Mm. All right. Y'all, come on. That was some BS right there. That was some real BS. Like, he didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. Who's ever in here, make sure you say hi. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're here. Comment, subscribe, like. Let me know you're here. Make yourself known. Anywho, he didn't have to do that. That was very uncalled for. You're gonna put her in a jail uniform and put her in handcuffs because she was falling asleep. You don't know her struggle. You don't like her attitude. What's that about? But I guarantee you, if she was a European descent, I guarantee you wouldn't pull that. He would not have pulled that stunt because he know what time it would. Child, please. He wouldn't have pulled that stunt. He would not. It just did not make any sense. What what was that solving by putting her in handcuffs? You just made a fool out of her. You just made her feel, you just put her on the spot. You just embarrassed her. A young black girl, 16 years old, bad enough. She working not bad enough, but she's working with a nonprofit agency. You don't know what her struggle is. You don't know. And you went ahead and you put that girl. Come on now. I was just having a conversation the other night about even some people in the workforce, they you can tell when they do not have any power or any say so or any kind of control in their own homes because when they're in a position of power, they come to their jobs and the energy that they should be giving to their family members or the people at the house that run over them, they come to their jobs because they feel like they have this quote unquote power over other people. They tend to get that, they tend to exude that on other people. They want to make you suffer because they can't control what they got going on at home. And then you have some people that just plain out assholes, which I'm thinking this judge is. He got his position of power and he wanted to show out on this little black girl. And we ain't gonna make it about race, but we gonna make it about race. Because if it had been somebody else, y'all know what I'm throwing out there, and I'm sure you catching it. He wouldn't have pulled that. He would not have pulled that. That's BS. He didn't have to do that. Come on now. But you know what? When you get out there trying to show out for them people, you know what happens when you get out trying to show out. Don't think you in there too good. And it ain't for everybody because I love my people of the European descent. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying for people like him, when you get out there and try to show out, you know what comes next. Pay attention. Gotcha. You ain't in there as well as you thought. Well, Detroit judge that placed a teenage girl in handcuffs in a jail uniform for falling asleep during a field trip has been temporarily removed from the bench. It'll be more permanent. Just watch and see. According to the neighborhood talk, Judge Kenneth King has been temporarily removed from the bench after placing the teenage girl in handcuffs during a field trip to his courtroom. As a result to the investigation, to an investigation, King is required to participate in training to repair the underlying issues. Exactly what I just told y'all. He don't have control at home. He's power. He's built up by power. He can't do that back at the house. So he's gonna do that on his job. He's gonna inflict that power on everybody else. Underlying issues, according to Chief Judge William C. Whatever. We sincerely hope that this incident does not undermine our long-standing relationships with our school. Thoughts? That's what your ass get. That's what you get. I ain't even mad at him. That's what you get. Because you shouldn't have did it in the first place. You were just showing out. You were showing out. And it did not make any sense to put that girl in the handcuffs. That was overboard. That was overkill. And I'm sure some more coming along. So we'll keep an eye out for this story. But hold on. It ain't over. It ain't over, y'all. Wait a minute. It's not over. I'm gonna show y'all this too. It ain't over. Because see, there's always a background. There's always a backstory. And again, it goes back to what I said. He didn't know her history. He didn't know her story. He didn't know what she was suffering with outside that courtroom. But I'm sure he's quickly found out. And he should feel bad as hell. He should. He should feel bad as hell because it didn't make no sense. It was overkill. Overkill of power, whatever you call it. According to the Jasmine brand, the mother, Latoya Teal, condemned Judge Kenneth King for placing her daughter in cuffs after she fell asleep in the courtroom early this week, arguing that the family's living situation has greatly impacted the young girl's life. Latoya spoke about the matter during a phone interview, claiming that her daughter, Eva Goodman, is now afraid to return to work and face her peers following the incidents. According to the mother, she stated, "My daughter is hurt. She's feeling scared. She didn't want to go to work. She feels like as if her peers went against her. She was feeling nervous and intimidated." She added about the family current housing situation and this, well, he should be somewhere kicking himself and pull your foot out your ass because I'm sure it's in there. You stuck it up there far enough. We have to bounce around currently because we don't have a permanent address. And so that particular night, we got in kind of late. And usually when she goes to work, she's up and planting trees or being active. Eva Goodman works with a local nonprofit organization called the Greening Project. Shout out to them, which works to improve the green infrastructure of the city. On Tuesday, August 12th, Goodman and others associated with the project attended 36th District Judge Kenneth King's courtroom to watch proceedings and learn from the judge. However, Goodman allegedly fell asleep multiple times, which caused the judge to grow frustrated. In the video footage, Judge King yelled at Goodman to wake up before claiming she'd be detained if she drifted off again. King then had officers take Goodman outside of the court where she sat for 2 hours before being allowed to return. Overkill. The judge furthered the team's reprimanding by berating her for falling asleep and threatening jail time. It's reported that he also asked her co-workers to raise their hands if they felt she should spend time behind bars. Sure, lock his ass up. Lock him up. Okay? Stripping. Time for him to go lock his ass up and let him see how it feels. Let him see how it feels. Get some of the people he sentenced. Get some of them and ask them, do they think he deserves to be handcuffed and behind bars? Lock his ass up. Moving on to the next story. Black people, we gotta do better. Come on, y'all. We have got to do better. We can't be tearing down each other. We cannot. That was you tearing down a young black girl. A young black girl. You don't know you probably traumatized this girl. Not only did you embarrass her, you probably have traumatized her. Black people, we have got to do better. We cannot be tearing each other down. This makes no sense whatsoever. Come on now. You can't do that. Gotta do better, y'all. We got to do better. Mm, mm, mm. Speaking of tearing black people down, I'm sure y'all heard about this. I'm sure y'all heard about this one. It's been all in the news today. I'm sure y'all heard about this one. Oh, shit. Oops. Sorry. I don't know him, y'all. I do not know him. I've heard of Michael Rubin. I heard about his lavish parties, and the people, word on the curb. Some teens go down at those parties. But we don't know that. Okay. We don't know that. I don't know that. Allegedly. I don't know that. But this is how I feel about that. Let me get back to y'all. Hold on. Let me get back to y'all real quick. Before we go any further, let me get back to y'all. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Chanel's, wait a minute. You said you can't hear. Oops. Wait a minute. Tell me what you can't hear. You can't hear me or you can't hear them? Let me know. Hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all know still first time, so we still trying to work the kinks out over here. Let me know what you can't hear, Brown Sugar 74. Oh, okay, okay. Wait a minute. Let me play that again. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope y'all heard everything else. Oh God, please don't tell me I went through this whole video and people didn't hear nothing. Let me know if you can hear us now. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Boo. That's why I love you. You've just been so encouraging. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me know if you can hear it. Can you hear it? Hmm. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I may have to. Can you can hear me, right? Oh yeah. I'm sorry. My bad. Brown Sugar. You can hear me, right? I thought I did. That's the crazy part. I did. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. That's crazy. All right. Let me know if you can hear it this time. That's not what I want to share. Oh no 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 no! I don't want to share that either. All right, hold on. Okay, good. You can hear me. All right. All right. Let me know if you can hear it this time. If not, I just got to narrate and tell y'all about it. We'll figure it out next time. All right. Let me know if you can hear it now. Can you hear it now? All right. Y'all don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a whole live thing. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I don't know what's going on with this thing. But we'll follow up. We'll get it right. Ugh, we'll get it right. We'll get it right. Just stick with me, Brown Sugar 74. We'll get it right. Anywho, so pretty much what Michael Rubin was saying, he was saying pretty much he does not like how the black community hates on each other. Okay. And why he pretty much why do we as a community, why do we strive to tear each other down? And it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Now I will tell you this. Now, if I'm telling the truth about you, which I'm gonna always do, it ain't a lie, and I ain't trying to tear you down. But the minute you step over into the territory to start telling false truths about people or putting out false narratives about people, then that's when you're trying to tear them down. Because the truth is just that. The truth is the truth. Take a dictionary and look it up. The truth is just the truth. Is that. And you're right. You're right. It's the white community as well. Everybody across the board tear each other down. And while I looked at this at first in the beginning, and I was like, you need to stay in your place. You don't need to cross over into that territory. You need to stay out of it because certain things you shouldn't say, certain things you might not have the right to say. So, it's a very thin line, very, very thin line. Okay. Thank you for recognizing it. But certain things, certain topics, when it comes to this here community, stay out of it. Thank you. And you're right, but stay out of it. But then I thought about it on the other side. He's still human. He has the right to an opinion, okay? We can't shut nobody up. Just like we make opinions about them and everybody else in this world, he has the right to do that. He has a right to do that. He has a right to make his opinion known. And he's an ally. Now, if he was some racist or something, then we might have a problem there. But as far as I know, and I could be wrong, he's an ally of our community. He's an ally of our community. So why not have the right to be able to speak his truth, how he feels? Because at the end of the day, no matter what none of us think, whether he's right or whether he's wrong, he was not lying. He was telling the truth. He was telling the 100% truth. He was telling the truth. He was not lying. So that's something that we all got to pay attention to. Stop trying to tear each other down. I've seen some people, I ain't even going to hold y'all. I've seen some people in our community, they get excited. They get a thrill of any kind of information of somebody falling down, somebody having a hard time, not just in celebrity culture, but in real life. I've seen people, I've witnessed it with my own eyes. They get a thrill out of watching somebody else's demise, watching somebody else in the black community be torn down. That's not cool. It's not cool. Listen, what Lauren Hill said in Nas song, the ditch you dig for them, you might just end up in yourself. Y'all better keep that in mind. When you dig a ditch, that person that you dug it for, they may not be the one to fall in. It might be you. So stop tearing down in your community. Stop across the board. Stop. It must end. It makes it, and you're right, Brown Sugar 74 is the world we live in. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And you know what? That's so unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Because it shouldn't be that way. It don't have to be that way. You know. We're greater when we're together. What they said, what is that movie? Um, Not Big Mama House. What is it called? Soul Food. What the grandmother said? You ain't strong when you won. But when you make a fist, meaning us all coming together, I'm telling you, we can knock some stuff out. We can make some things happen, black people. Come on now, stick together. Mm, mm, mm. Moving right along. I guess the people in the YouTube streets, in the social media streets, were the only persons or only people to say something about what Mr. Rubin said. Because take a look at this story, y'all, because it didn't end there. Hold on there. Hold on 1 second. Take a look at it. I got a phone call from one of the people I have the most respect for in the world. They told me while they appreciate my attention, it's not my place to speak on black culture. I get it and really appreciate the input. My intention was to say how important it is that we need to uplift each other, stop hate on each other, and push each other to win and always root for each other's success. My bad. Much love and appreciate the Breakfast Club, AM, DJ Envy, See the God, Lauren LaRosa. Who called that man to make him apologize? Mhm. Mm. Mm. One of my favorite people. I'm just not even gonna call you out. I'm just not even gonna call you out. One of my favorite people. But you know, according to the streets out there in Instagram, everybody suspecting it was a certain somebody. You think so? You think so, Brown Sugar? You think so? Do y'all agree? Brown Sugar said it was 50. I don't know. I would be surprised. I would not be surprised. Trust me. I would not be surprised, Brown Sugar. I would not be surprised. Trust me. But something tells me, and I'm with the people in the Instagram streets. I'm with them. I'm with them. I think it was somebody else that might be closely related to a story that I just reported, talked about a few stories ago. But it's one of my favorites, and we're gonna leave that right where it's at. Moving right along. Moving right along, y'all. I ain't even gonna go there. But if you know, you know. Mhm. All right, guys. So we're gonna come on down to the last story. Now, this story right here, I know it's gonna step on a few people's toes. It might step on a few toes, and I'm not gonna apologize for it because it is what it is. Y'all know it is what it is. But we got to talk about it because we won't talk about it over here. Somebody else might not. Ain't nobody else gonna talk about it. We got to discuss. It is what it is. That's what this channel is for. Listen, I may not agree with you. You may not agree with me. Keep bringing your ass back, but we're gonna continuously talk about it. We may have to agree to disagree, which I'm totally fine with that. But pay attention. Pay attention. Oh, hold on. You know what, Chanel? Let me try this. Let me try this. It's my first day. Don't get mad. Let me try it this way. And let's see if we can get it going better this way. Y'all bear with me. If we can get it better this way. Um, let's see. Let me try something different. Brown Sugar, tell me now if you can hear it this way. Bear with me. Bear with me. And again, this is all trial and error, so y'all get it. Thank you for bearing with me. Alrighty. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna try it this way. Let's try it this way. I think this might work.
This is why I stopped talking to my biological mother. 32 years old, my sister gets out of prison, and I'm the only one trying to help her. Where's she going to stay? What's she going to do? And my sister was still struggling with drugs and her body and use. And it was more than a 32-year-old boy could handle. Correct. And we needed to do an intervention to help Sawana. Because again, this is not my daughter. Sawana's not my daughter. She's my sister. Sawana has a real mama living. And so we met up all together. But my biological mother, she showed up with her new husband. So we're trying to do this intervention. And the way that it was going okay. So as this intervention ended, we all three hugged because mind you, we hadn't been around each other in years. When we started hugging, one of them said, "This is so beautiful. This is the way family should be. This is the way y'all need to be doing. Y'all need to be." And then I said, "Hey guys, this is not about us. This is about Sawana." After I said that, Deborah's new husband in the corner, he yells, "What you need to do is call your mama sometime." I said, "Sir, I don't know who you are, but she's the mother. I'm the child." He says, "Yeah, but you call yourself a Christian." My boy. And it got heated, and my mother did something that crushed my heart. She grabbed his hand and said, "Come on, baby, let's go." And she walked out of the house on her two kids. And she stood by the side of this NIGGA. Because somebody always says something when I say it. I will. They said out and followed them on the porch, and I yelled at my mama, "That's right. Go ahead and walk out like you always do." And the fact that she took that man's hand and she did not say to him, "Baby, you stay over there. This is between me and my kids. Kids that I know I did not raise. Kids that I know I did not nurture. Kids that I know I did not protect. Kids that I know that I did not provide for. Kids that I know that I did not defend. Kids that I did not love. Kids that did not have their mama. You stand over there and let me deal with my kids." She did not deal with her kids. She took that
Can't say that word over here.
and walked out with him. And I promised myself, now, see, I couldn't protect myself as a little boy, but as a grown man, I will never be put in a position where you will ever be able to do me like that again. And so for 23 years, I did not see or speak to my biological mother.
What y'all think about that? That part right there. That part right now, that's what I'm talking about. Right there, brown sugar. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You just ended my whole show. You know what? You just ended my whole show. That's what I'm talking about right there. Exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. And you never know. But see, here's my thing right here, okay? And listen, I may step on some toes with this, and I ain't saying I'm right or I'm wrong. I'm just going by what I know, what I've been taught, what I've read for myself, right? From my understanding, and we all interpret the Bible in different ways. We all interpret that in different ways. And I'm not going to go too far into that, okay? Because this is just not that channel. I'm just not going too far into it. But I am going to say this. I was under the understanding that when you get married, it's God, your husband of your or your wife, then your children. That's what I was under the impression of. That's what I've been raised from the beginning of time. God, your husband or your wife, and then your kids. God comes first, and then your husband comes after God, and He's before all. Even though, even though it seems like, even though morally you would not expect a mother to put her husband over her kids morally, you wouldn't expect that. But biblically, that's how it's supposed to go. God, your husband or your wife, then your kids. Not God, your boyfriend, then your kids. No. God, your husband or your wife, then the kids. And everybody else after that. That's how it's supposed to go. So I had a question when I saw that. Right, brown sugar. There you go. Let me put it up there so the people know. Don't come over here spying, playing Casper, just looking. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you're in the building. Don't do that now. Thank you, brown sugar. Get them together. Anywho, so yeah, I've just always been under that understanding. That's how it goes. And it may sound cold to some. It may sound cold, and again, and morally wrong to some. But per the Bible, God, your spouse, your husband, your wife, and then your kids, and then everybody else. But then there's a second layer of that to me because I got questions. I got questions. Brown Sugar, help me out now. I got questions. Do you think, on the flip side of that, he took that the wrong way because of the way he already felt about her, the unresolved issues that he felt about his mother? Because maybe she was saying, "Come on, baby," and took her husband's hand to walk him out of here. Because come on, baby, this ain't the time nor the place. This ain't the time or the place. Let's say children. Let's see. What you say, brown sugar? Right. Well, yeah. But per the Bible, God, husband and wife, kids, everybody else. That's how it's supposed to go. That's how it's supposed to go. And I ain't listen by no means. I ain't knocking nobody else. See, y'all supposed to be off here in an hour, but I'm gonna get off in just a second. But I ain't knocking nobody else for what they do in their own household. You know what I'm saying, brown sugar? We ain't knocking nobody else for what they do in their household. But I know what time it is over here. I know what time it is over here. I know what time it is over here. I know who comes first, who comes second. I ain't even gotta say it. Okay? We know what time it is over here. It's just no question about that. But you know what, brown sugar? You know what? Let me say one more thing. Let me say one more thing. And me and my husband just got finished talking about this. We discussed this. What you say? Uh-huh. Let me tell you what. This is the thing. We just got finished talking about this. Now, there is a thin line between certain things, right? And so I definitely will. I sure will. As soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna tell him. Thank you. He might be on here. He might be the other person on here watching. If he is, he'll see it. If he is, he'll see it. Trust me. Am I freezing? Am I freezing? Okay. All right. Anyhow, I'm trying something new tonight too. So a new way to stream. So anyhow, I'll tell him. And we love you too, and we miss you too. Can't wait to see you again. All right. So um yeah, he does. But so yeah. So at the end of the day, it's the thin line to that because pay attention, he did say he was 30-ish, 30 something years old, 30 something years old at the time that this happened. He was 30 something years old. So the fine line comes in, and this is why I have the question mark. Say, I know you're supposed to question God. I'm not questioning that. I think I'm just questioning the theory behind it because God always comes first, okay? No question about that. But then when it comes to your husband and your children, and I'm going to put the emphasis on the word children because what if they are children? Children meaning 0 to 16, 17 years old. And especially the younger babies, they can't fend for themselves. So if you put your husband first and your husband is in the wrong, do you throw your little kids out, your little babies, or turn against them, your little kids? And again, this was a question me and my husband, a conversation that me and my husband just had. Do you, when it comes to your little kids, the ones that can't fend for themselves, do you put your husband first, then your kids? That's why I have to question it. And I'm about to speak to my mother-in-law. She's a preacher or whatnot, or a pastor. I'm gonna have to speak to my mother-in-law about this one and my mother, first lady. We're gonna have to speak to them because I really have a question about that. I have a question about that. Now, when they turn 18 and 30 some odd years old, like Kurt said he was, at the end of the day, listen, buddy, you're a grown behind man. You're grown behind me. But I do think some of that is he was already feeling a way about her. And how he was feeling about her, it just came back up. And that opportunity was the perfect opportunity for him to pretty much say, I'm done with you. You already want to be done with. I'm done with you. And then on the other side of that, and I'm gonna let y'all go after this because I'm just not gonna continuously go on and on. But make sure you guys drop down in the comment. Make sure you let me know what you feel about any of these stories, whether you agree with me, whether you don't agree with me. Come on, let's get some conversation going here. But the last thing I'm gonna say about that is, at the end of the day, if you're a man of God and you're out here preaching the gospel through song, and I'm not saying that he's supposed to be perfect because no man is perfect. That's like if you look to your pastor and you think he's supposed to be perfect. He's not. He's not supposed to be perfect. But then there's that flip side of the coin that says, well, how can you preach forgiveness to me? And go back to some Kurt Franklin songs. I'm sure, or almost very sure, there are plenty of songs that he's talking about forgiving somebody. But how can you expect us, John Q. Public, out here to forgive by listening through your gospel of music and you can't even forgive your own mother? And we do. We do. We absolutely do. We all fall short of God's glory. That's why I said we can't look at him and expect him to be perfect. We cannot expect that out of him. And that's not what I'm saying. But on the second side of that, you need to work on you because it seems like to me, there's some unhealed traumas there. No, I have not. My mother didn't abandon me when I was a child. Praise the Lord. She was there. She may have had her faults as being a parent, and And to this day, I always tell her thank you for the things that you did do because there was no manual. And all parents out there know that I'm not a parent, so I can't speak only so far on that. But there is not a manual out there on how to raise your kids or what to do as a parent. There is no manual. So I'm just not even contesting this. I don't know what his mom did, what her reasons for doing what she did. But obviously it worked out in his favor. Obviously. Because if his mom had some other issues going on in her life, and I kind of remember, and you're right, you're right. See, you're gonna keep me going on here. I don't went way past the hour. I was only supposed to be only 30 minutes. I went way past the 30 minutes. Now I'm over here over an hour. See? But you're right. And that was a conversation we were having too. That his traumas, he's now seemed to have placed them on his son because look at everything his son is going through. And y'all remember the tape and the voice recording when he went off on him. He let him have it. That wasn't the holy Kurt Franklin that we hear through I Smile. You know all that. No, he wasn't smiling. I'm sure he wasn't when he did all of that. But we ain't gonna hold him against it. He's still a man. We're not gonna hold that against him. He's still a man. Okay. But at the end of the day, listen, I feel some type of way about it. I feel some type of way. I feel like he needs to go through some kind of intensive therapy to help him to work through his unresolved traumas with his mom. Because even if you watch the show when he went, I can't remember the name of it. When I figure it out, I'm gonna let y'all know. The show when he was trying to find his father. Yeah, Carry On, his oldest son. I remember Carry On. That's a whole nother story because I think he suffers with mental health issues and things of that nature. And I think he needs some intensive therapy. They need some family therapy outside of the cameras. That boy seems like he suffers with mental health issues. Watch him enough, you'll see he suffers with mental health. I think he suffers with sexual identity. Because for a while he was saying he wasn't gay when the people saying he was, and then when he came out on that show, the Bad Boys Club, he was gay, but you could tell he was still suffering with it. But that's a whole nother story. But I think Kurt Franklin has some issues that he really needs to work through. And if, again, going back to what I said, if you watched his show when he was on that meeting with his father, he didn't know his father. He knew his mama, Deborah. But if you kind of look at the way he treated her on there, eh, he didn't treat her so nicely. He did not treat her so nicely. And that's something right there, Brown Sugar. That is something right there. He wants his dad love. He wants his dad love, but he fights for his dad love. He fights for it. And he acts out behind it because you can tell that's clearly what he wants. But his dad, to his mom, it seems like he shut her down every chance he gets. Watch that documentary, y'all. To me, if y'all find it and I find it, I'm gonna let y'all know the name of it. And I might have to include the link when I find it in under this video. But it just seemed like every chance he got, he was ready to throw his mom away. Like he just did not. He was not. She had not, and his aunt too. I think he was kind of mean to her too. Like he was just kind of mean. It was just not. It wasn't given. He was not giving what was supposed to be get what was supposed to be gave. Forgiveness. I let it go. He just was not giving that. But anyway, y'all, I'm done. I ain't got no more for tonight. Thank y'all so much. And shout out to the mystery guest. I don't know who you are. Number two on here. I don't know who you are. But I'm going to find out. Make sure you leave a comment. But also, big shout out to Brown Sugar 74. Thank you, boo. I appreciate all the love. All the love you have shown me all week long. And I got to tell y'all that it has been a few people, and you guys know who you are, a few of my friends, and not just friends, but family. You're right. You need to show him love, even if it's from afar. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But yes, I'm just gonna give a shout out to everybody that's been working with me this week. Everybody from the phone calls to the text messages to the comments on the videos. Like I know you guys are here. You guys have been sending me texts. You, Brown Sugar, especially, you've been sending me texts because you know you in these YouTube streets, so you know you've been sending me texts, messages behind the scenes, let me know, hey, do this, do that. We gonna get your channel out. Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. You really been there, and I really appreciate it. And also, I don't know if she on here or not. My husband's best friend, Christina. Shout out to Christina. And she's really been behind the scenes. She been on these videos. She been sending me feedback behind the scenes, texting me. Y'all, I appreciate all of you guys. I just can't even narrow it down. I appreciate everybody, family, friends, friends that are family. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Brown Sugar. Thank you, boo. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna get on off of here and go spend some time. Y'all have a good night. And y'all send prayers up for my uncle. Let me just say that. Please send prayers up for my uncle. Um he it's just not it was not a good day for him. And I don't have to get into details about it as far as health wise, but y'all just send prayers up for him and you know, good prayers. Send prayers up for him and he's gonna be all right. We gonna keep that in our hearts and in our minds. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. Okay, y'all take care. Y'all have a great night and happy Thursday. Bye.